What I would like to do, if it's okay, is just get you to introduce yourself and maybe say your connection to Whiting Bay, if that's okay. Archie, if you want to go first.
Well, Archie Nicol, born 82 years ago in Lamlash Hospital, and I've lived at Archie the rest of these 82 years.
And Sheila.
Well, I'm Sheila Nicol. How long have we been married?
1959, so that's 57 years, isn't it?
And Missy Johnson.
Jean Johnson. I came to Whiting Bay in 1953 to run the local youth hostel, and I stayed there for 8 years.
And you're still here.
I'm still here. Not at the youth hostel.
One of the things that's been mentioned to myself about the three of you, you were all involved at some stage in the drama club.
Yes.
And we have a great display outside today of various different shows that have gone on for the years. Somebody want to tell me about the drama club? Jean, maybe, if you want.
Well, I was treasurer for 25 to 30 years in the drama club. Front of house. I always was front of house. I didn't do any acting or anything like that. And I quite enjoyed it. But they couldn't get rid of me because nobody else would take the job on, of course. So it was quite handy to have something like that could help them with them, you know. The various plays, of course, you've got them all here all the time. But the one I liked mostly was Chase Me Comrade. That's the one I really enjoyed. I thought that was a very good play. And the actors were good. Actors were very good.
Archie and Sheila,
Well,
I think you
wasn't
both...
really involved too much apart from Sheila, because I mean, Sheila acted on the stage there nearly since she came to the island until about 2 or 3 years ago. But in the early days, I was in 3 one-act plays at the festival, which was interesting, shall I say. But I wasn't made for the stage, you know. But at that time, Whiting Bay Drama Club could put on 3 one-act plays to compete in the drama festival, and the Whiting Bay Rural could put on a one-act play. So there was all these people involved in drama in Whiting Bay, and now they're struggling, you know, to get half a dozen people, especially men. I mean, nowadays men are very scarce. There was no scarcity of men. As one of the photographs in the exhibitional show, there was, you know, maybe half a dozen men in a play and it was no problem, but now men seem to be...
So what sort of numbers would come along to the hall and watch
Oh, the
these?
hall would be full. I mean, they would be turning people away. They would end it for the summer play.
I think the hall seats, was it 200 plus?
It would be 200 or so. The drama festival would run for a week in Lamlash, and Lamlash Hall would be full every night. Because the whole island was into drama. There was no television, there was nothing else. But
And Sheila, you've acted in a few?
I have acted in a few. It was great fun. It was really, really good fun. And you know, we've stayed pals for so long now. You go and you say, oh, I know who that is. Oh, he was in a play. But it was good fun, and you know, great friends with Jean. Oh, that gang, well, we had good fun, didn't we?
What's that, Sheila?
The plays.
What's that? Mm-hmm.
We had good fun.
We did, we certainly did. Because you usually had about 300 at the summer performances,
It was great fun. And I was always glad when the play was on in the summertime, you know.
I was chairman of the hall for a long, long time, and Jean was my able treasurer and involved in the Isle of Arran Association as well. She was treasurer of that. She was treasurer of the drama club here. She was treasurer of the hall. And you didn't make any mistakes when Jean was sitting.
Well, we didn't have a lot of money, that was something.
But,
I mean,
the hall was the hub of the community in these days because, as I say, there was no other entertainment. I mean, the dances in the summer, there's a a poster in there advertising whatever play it was in the summer, and then they're advertising a dance to follow with Bill Livingston and his band. Well, Hamish Cook ran dances in the hall in the summer 4 nights a week in July and August. And the night the drama was on, the dance would start after the drama. And there was hundreds of folk came to these dances. He had this band that he brought from the mainland, a 4 or 5 piece band, and they stayed in White Bay all summer. You know, they played in the hall every night. And the place, I mean, this was the hub of the community. Everything happened in the hall, whist drives and dances in the winter, badminton, the drama, everything. But,
So Archie, you just told us you're 83, and I've been collecting the school photographs. I've noticed your school photograph. Obviously went to White Bay Primary School as well. What was your memories of the school all those years ago?
I started school the day after war was declared, but that was just a coincidence, you know, it wasn't it?
Wasn't your fault?
That wasn't my fault. And I walked from Archie to White Bay School from the age of 5.5, I would be nearly 5.5 when I started, till I left to go to the high school at Armagh, and that was the only time I got transported to the school. When I was older and still at the primary school, I had a bicycle right enough, but I mean I walked. And I think we used to, in the early years, you'd only be in for half a day and there would be a bus from the midday boat heading for the south end, and you used to get home in that, but you walked rain, hail or shine to White Bay School. At one point during the war, with so many evacuated children living in the village, the school couldn't cope with the numbers, and there was 3 classes were moved to the church transept at Sandbraes.
That's something I didn't realise actually happened. So there was a number of kids came to live.
Aye, there was a big influx. A lot of them went away again, you know, when the threat of the bombing in Glasgow was less, but there was a lot of extra children. That photograph that that you're saying I'm in, there's 1 or 2 of them there.
So the war years in Whiting Bay, what was it like? You know, like did we have ships in the bay?
No, a lot of ships, because I've seen the convoys, parts of convoys collecting in the bay, but with Armagh being a naval base, it was a busy place for the ships. But the commandos, I mean, there's a lot recorded about number 11 commando who were based in Armagh, and there's a memorial in the museum to them, but number 9 commando were in Whiting Bay, and I remember some of them been billeted at Archie. But and the hall was used as drilling because the floor had to be refurbished after the war finished because of the amount of traffic it was used. But I don't really, I can't say I recollect an awful lot of military activity, you know. But aircraft, there was a lot of aircraft used to fly over because of Prestwick. But no, it was good times, certainly good times. You didn't seem to want for anything. You didn't seem to.
And your family would be in the farm then as well, yeah? So Whiting Bay to Largybeg, quite a walk for a 5-year-old. How long would that take you?
Well, it's about 1.5 miles. I would say 1.5 miles.
I'm sure you got lost a few times on the way home, did you?
No chance.
You'd be too hungry.
No chance.
And if I was to ask you all a favourite memory of Whiting Bay, what do you think it would be? Sheila, have you got any?
Well, I was involved with the drama club, so it was fun. enjoying that. And
I don't know, it's just
it was good.
I think it was more
good fun.
a community
It was good fun.
than it is now, you know.
We knew everybody.
If something was on in the hall, everybody was there, especially in the winter time, you know, that everybody was, and you knew everybody. I mean, I go for my paper now in the morning and I meet people and I don't know who they are at all.
And Jean, remember playing with your son?
I came on holiday here before I came in 53, just after the war. I was demobbed at the end of December 45, and I came here and I went to the first dance in the hall, and there was over 600 in the hall at that time. And this chap who was in the youth hostel too, he came up in the Merchant Navy, he was on leave, and he said to me, if you shout fire here, I'll give you a dance. We couldn't dance, there were so many folk in the hall, 600, but that's my memory. And I was with my husband for 40 odd years before he died, 50 years.
Lovely memories.
I have happy memories of your family as well. My mother used to tell me that my father used to walk from Archie to Auchencairn to visit your grandfather for a ceilidh.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be fun, yeah.
I remember your grandfather very well, and your father, and the Cameron family.
I think they kept the school going at one stage, didn't they? There was a few of them.
There you are, changed days.